Mr. Firoz Mehta is a scientist and he has written a book last couple of years ago, The Heart of Religion, which was very well received. He came here last year once, and you also know Dr. Rahula was here for the last year discussion.
Begin, sir. Why don't you speak one word first?
What am I to say? I don't know.
So I want to ask you one thing today. Is it clear? And you see, we all talk of truth, absolute truth, ultimate truth, and seeing it and realizing it, always we talk about it. And of course in Buddhism, according to Buddha's teaching, this is a very, very important central point. That is the essence, really. And Buddha says there is only one truth. There is no second. Ekam hi satchang na dutiyamati. It is clearly mentioned. And but this is never defined in positive terms. That is, this truth is equated also with nirvana.
With
Nirvana.
Nirvana.
Yes, it is equated. And sometimes the word truth is used in place of nirvana, ultimate truth, absolute truth. And then nirvana is never defined, except mostly in negative terms. If it is described in positive terms, it is mostly metaphorically, as a symbolic way. And there is a very beautiful Mahayana Sutra. Of course, when I use the word Mahayana, you all understand, I think. There was the original, authentic teaching of the Buddha known as Theravada. That is the tradition of the elders. Then about the 1st century BC, round about that period, Mahayana, which is a later development, began to grow. The reinterpretation of the teaching of the Buddha. There is a very beautiful sutra written, of course it is a late work, all students, scholars accept, called Vimalakirti Nirdesha. That is the teaching of the Bodhisattva Vimalakirti. There is an assembly in his house of the Bodhisattvas, disciples, and like this great assembly. There, in that assembly, the question was put, what is non-duality? That is, non-duality is another word for the absolute truth or nirvana. It is in Sanskrit called Advaya.
Advaita in Sanskrit, yes.
No, the Advaita is different from Advaya. Yes, the Vedanta Advaita is you are the God. There is no difference. I am Aham Brahmasmi.
You see.
That is the idea. In Buddhism, the Buddhist terminology, Advaya means neither existence nor non-existence. The Buddha says the world is duality. That means either is or is not. Either exists or does not exist. Either right or wrong. That is Advaya, according to Buddhist teaching. Dvaya, that is Dvaya. Buddha says the world is depending on this Dvaya. But Buddha teaches without falling into this Dvaya, that is Advaya. And the question was put, what is Advaya? And there are 32 definitions by Bodhisattvas, disciples, various long list, 32. Then Vimalakirti is the leading figure in this story. They said, sir, it is not our opinion, but we want to know your opinion. Then Sutra says it is very interesting. Vimalakirti answered the question with a thundering silence. That if you speak, it is not duality. And I was asked in Oxford by a professor when I gave a series of lectures, can you formulate this non-duality or truth? I said the moment you formulate, that is not non-duality. That becomes duality, the moment you formulate. So, just as they asked Vimalakirti, I ask you today, what is truth? What is absolute truth? What is ultimate truth? And what is that non-duality as you see it? Tell us. This is a challenge.
They're all looking at us.
yes, that is so. All looking at, rather looking at you.
At us, sir. Do you think, sir, there is difference between reality and truth? And is truth measurable by words? And if we could distinguish between what is reality and what is truth, then perhaps we could penetrate more deeply into this question. What is reality? The very word raised means things, thing. What is the thing? Could we say that everything that thought has created is reality, including the illusions, the gods, the various mantras, rituals, the whole movement of thought, what it has brought about in the world, the cathedrals, the temples, the mosques, and their content, that is reality. Like the microphone is made by thought, it is there, actual. But nature is not created by thought. It exists. But we, human beings, have used nature to produce things, like houses, chairs, and so on, so on.
You mean to say nature of things. Nature of things.
Nature.
Nature, yes.
The beauty of the earth, the rivers, the waters, the seas, the trees, the heavens, the stars, and the flowing winds and all that.
And why not the beauty of this thing?
Oh, there is a beauty in this.
That's right.
But we are saying, I mean, a beautiful cathedral, a beautiful poem, a lovely picture are all the result of thought. So could we say then that anything that thought has created, brought about, put together, is reality?
So when you speak of the beauty of the object, are you including that quality of beauty as reality, or the object